Okay, so we've now going to do a beautiful, beautiful crab dish. A little tian of crab. So a tian is a classic French term. It's a mould. Generally they would use a ring mould, something along those lines. And again, this would be a beautiful starter or a lunchtime dish. We've got some wonderful hand-picked crab. We've got some little flavouring vegetables all done in a nice brunoise. We've got some cucumber, some tomato, we've got some parsley, we've got some chives, got a little bit of chilli to add a little bit of heat and another note through the dish, and we've got some lemon zest. We've then got some wonderful curly endive or frisee lettuce, and this will add a little bit of bitterness. We've got some fresh cucumber, some salt and some pepper, and away we go. We're going to start off and we're going to make our mayonnaise. So, in our bowl, we have got 1 egg yolk. We've got half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. We've got a little tiny bit, I was talking earlier when we did the prawn dish about making a reduction from the prawn stock. So we've taken a reduction of the prawn stock and we've got a little tiny bit of a prawn reduction in there. That will act almost as an extract or an essence and add that little bit of shellfish flavour running through it. Obviously on your menus you need to make sure that it's labelled as containing shellfish. Obviously it does, it contains crab, but some people have specific allergies. So you need to make sure that when your customer orders it, they know that it potentially contains prawns. Okay, so we're going to whisk and emulsify all these ingredients together. Also, in a mayonnaise, you have an acid. Now, generally that acid is a form of white vinegar. So that could be white wine vinegar, it could be cider vinegar, it could be rice wine vinegar if you're going to make like an Asian sort of style mayonnaise. For this, I wanted a lemon mayonnaise, so I've used lemon juice. So, we're going to slowly add the oil whilst whisking. This is quite a noisy process. You want the air to get into the protein of the egg yolk and you want it to emulsify together. Now these little wine stoppers or spirit stoppers are absolutely brilliant because they have an airflow control and they help to control the oil coming out. If you don't have one of these, you can use a jug or a squeezy bottle or a sauce bottle. You just have to be very, very, very careful. And it's a little bit at a time. And you're whisking, you're applying the air, and you're emulsifying the flavours and the ingredients together. Learning a basic mayonnaise is key. You can add so many different flavours, you can add so many different profiles to a mayonnaise which will elevate and heighten the dish that you're serving. Now, at this consistency, this is a dipping consistency. So this would be something for a dipping sauce. So you could add blue cheese to it, you could add garlic to it, you could add chili to it, you could add lemon zest to it. And if you had something like some wings or some mushrooms or some whitebait or prawns that we've done in another video or something like that, this is a dipping consistency. So it's the consistency that you can dip into and it coats the item that you're dipping into. Now, we want it to be thicker. We want a binding consistency. We want it to bind the crab meat together. Now, as we go, this bowl is the mayonnaise is going to get thicker, which means it's going to move more. So I'm just going to stabilise the bowl. And we're going to start continuing to add the oil. The oil will continue to emulsify. Remember, this is just 1 egg yolk, half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, the juice of half a lemon, half a teaspoon of prawn reduction, and you can see how much this makes. keep whisking, and you're going to start to look for the lines. You're going to start to look for the whip consistency. It needs to be thick, it needs to stand up for itself. So, we're there. You can see how it has a different consistency. You might add just a touch more. Just to thicken it slightly. There we go. So at this stage we're going to season. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Just going to fold that seasoning through. I'm going to taste. Yep. So we've got a wonderful hand-picked crab. Now again, when this is delivered, you want to look at the date, you want to look at the use by date, you want to look at the freshness, you want to smell it, taste it, make sure that it's good to go. You don't want to see any blemishes or anything along those lines. Another quality check to do is you need to check for shell. Now, to do this, I lay some cling film and I tip the crab at the top end of the cling film. I then use my fingers, just 3 fingers, and I'm not squishing. I'm just feeling my way through and I'm dragging it along the cling film. Now the reason I use cling film is to make sure that the crab juices don't get onto the work surface. I'm trying to make sure there's no cross-contamination. And I'm just going through just to make sure that there's no shell, there's no cartilage, there's no bits of bone or anything in the crab at all whatsoever. So I'm happy with that, okay? So we're going to take our bowl, and we're going to add our crab to our bowl. Just enough that we need. Put this back in here, we'll move that to one side. I'm now going to remove this piece of cling film. If I was in a busy service kitchen, if I suddenly did something else and I had crab on my hands, I might cause cross-contamination. I might ultimately cause someone to be very ill or even potentially die. So I'm going to season the crab, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and I'm going to gently, gently fold that through. I don't want to break up those beautiful pieces of crab meat. I want there to still be pieces of crab meat in it. I'm going to take some of my mayonnaise and I'm going to add it to the crab. And then also I'm going to take my other ingredients, so my tomato concasse, my cucumber concasse, the chives, the parsley, the lemon zest, the little bit of chilli, and I'm going to add these to my bowl. These add flavour, these add fragrance, a little bit of heat, a little bit of sour, a little bit of bitterness. So I'm thinking about my tongue. I'm then going to gently fold this through. Gently, gently fold this through. Now if I'm not happy with the bind consistency, which I'm not, I'm going to add some more mayonnaise. Now one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take that spoon and add it back to that mayonnaise. That mayonnaise could be used for something else. And if I take my crabby spoon and add it to my mayonnaise, I can't use that mayonnaise for anything else. If someone else in the kitchen needs mayonnaise and they come to you and you're not around because you're busy concentrating on something else, and they grab your mayonnaise and it's had crab in, you might cause cross-contamination and really hurt someone. So I'm now happy with my consistency. I'm now folding that through. Gently, gently folding that through. I'm going to get another clean spoon because I'm going to taste. I'm going to gently take a little bit. I'm happy with that. So to plate, we've got some beautiful slices of cucumber. So we're just going to gently and neatly arrange these. We've chosen to use a black plate because it will make the colours pop and it will make the white of the crab sing and stand out. So we're just going to do this in a circle. We're then going to take our ring mould, we're going to take our crab, we're going to add our crab to our ring mould. Not too much, you don't need to fill it all the way up. Gently tease it, gently push it down. We're not going to apply too much pressure. And we're going to allow that there just to sit, okay, just to allow it to rest. We're then going to prep a lemon for lemon wedge. So we're going to take our lemon and we're going to top and tail it. We're then going to cut it in half. And we're going to use the natural segment lines as a guide. And we're going to take a cross section and a beautiful segment of lemon. We're then going to take this piece and we're going to remove it. That then opens up the flesh from the membrane, and when you squeeze it, allows the juice to come out. So then we're going to remove our ring, take our lemon, nice piece of lemon on top. And this is very simple, very classical French kind of presentation. Nothing too elaborate or modern. Okay, this is just very simple. So that is our tian of crab, flavoured with tomato concasse, homemade mayonnaise, some cucumber, a little bit of chilli, lots of herbs, on a nice cucumber bed with a beautiful wedge of lemon. Thank you very much.